Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I do admit 2011 gave us some good films and some pretty good stuff. I remember as a kid, me and my dad would usually go see movies, and one I did see was Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I actually wore my Planet of the Apes t-shirt to the movie. So pretty much this film is a bit more of a realistic take and not convoluted like the Tim Burton version. Now, the premise of the film is about Will Rodeman, who, played by Harry Osborn, is trying to discover a cure for Alzheimer's, but after a mishap, the project is already shut down, but discovers that one ape was born and pretty much takes him in and starts to treat him like he's one of his own. The ape is pretty much known as Caesar. Now, I would say Caesar is mostly like a little kid. He pretty much sees the good of humanity and the worst of it. The good of humanity seeing like people like Will, his girlfriend, his dad, and sees that the good life and stuff. He also sees the worst of humanity, like Will's neighbour, who is a hot-headed and if not temperamental pilot who goes all his way to make threats. And you've also got Jacob, Will's boss, who, unlike Will, doesn't care about anyone but himself and cares more about the company. He's more like Baxter Stockman, but made more rich and an asshole. So at the same time, while Caesar starts to, accept that not many people are good and not many people are bad, he pretty much becomes more and more defensive and even tries to rally the apes together in a kind of attempt to give them a better life. This does remind me a bit of the Prince of Egypt, or basically a kind of X-Men or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-like story, because Caesar wants to give other apes the good life, and also we're introduced to another plot where the cure for Alzheimer's does prove to be a success, but it does lead to some bad outcomes, and moments where I think Jacob realised to his horror that there are some things that man is not meant to mess with. So at the same time, what I think of Planet of the Apes, the film does so well in portraying that, yes, sometimes in life there is good in people and that there are bad people out there. And at the same time, Caesar is trying to give some other apes the good life. I would say with Planet of the Apes is that this one has a more realistic approach that does reference things like the Ebola virus, how sometimes there are some things that cannot be made and things that can lead to bad outcomes. What's actually interesting is one of the characters who played Robert, known as Tyler Abram, actually plays Hunk in Voltron Legendary Defender. So in a way, from chimp handler to pilot of the Yellow Lion, I would actually see him as the Canadian version of Jack Black. So to me, the film is actually pretty good. A more realistic plot, less confusing, showing the downsides of humanity. Thumbs up, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.